Structure of your mesh network. So in full mesh, this is a full mesh. So each and every node, so each this node is connected to all the nodes. Then same other nodes are connected to every other node. So here this is what peer-to-peer network. Each one is connected to all the other nodes. Now partial mesh. So in this, what happens? We are forming the circular type. So only some nodes are connected to some one or two nodes. So this is called as a partial node. Then wireless mesh network. So wireless mesh networks are the partial mesh ad hoc networks that can be significantly improve the performance low at a lower cost and at low power outputs compared to other types of wireless LAN. Then your wireless mesh networks is lower power because it uses the set of lower power multi-hop transmission rather than needing to a single more powerful transmission to the base station. It may be suitable solution in rural areas where conventional base stations wireless type network supports or DSL support may be patchy. In wireless mesh network, each node operates not only at the host but also at the router, that is a mesh client, forwarding packets on behalf of other nodes that may not be within direct wireless transmission range of their destination. In addition, dedicated mesh routers, which contains additional routing capabilities and bridging and gateway functions to other networks. Wireless mesh networks can be dynamically self-organized and self-configure mesh connectivity to support ad hoc multi-hop networking. So wireless mesh network. So this is a nodes, and this is a gateway, this is a router and client. So routers communicating with node and gateway. So this is a wireless mesh network. The characteristics and benefits of your wireless mesh networks. First one is multi-hop wireless networks. Extends coverage range without sacrificing the channel capacity without a direct line of sight link. That is your LOS link. Ad hoc networking is carried out. Supports self-forming, self-healing, and self-organizing or organization for multi-hop to multi-hop communication, enabling the network to grow gradually as needed. Mobility depends on the type of mesh networks. Mesh routers usually have minimum mobility, while mesh client can be stationary or the mobile nodes. Multiple types of network access, both backhaul access to the internet and peer-to-peer communications are supported by the wireless mesh network. Then mesh routers usually do not have strict power consumption constraint and may not be appropriate to some types of mesh client, those that act as sensors in a sensor networks where power consumption is primarily concerned. Wireless mesh networks are compatible and can be integrated with the multiple IEEE 802.11 Wi-Fi types of networks. Then cooperative networks. So what are the cooperative networks? Some networks access devices cannot access multiple networks in order to communicate. So they just have the access to one network connection. Some other networks access devices have inbuilt support for heterogeneous network access. For example, to Bluetooth or to Wi-Fi or it is in the GSM networks. Cooperative communication is designed to enable single antenna mobile access devices to reap some of the benefit of being multiple input, multiple output system. A specific problem that cooperative communication can solve at the physical media layer concerns signal feeding because of thermal noise, shorting due to fixed obstacles, and due to signal attenuation can vary significantly over the course of given transmission. Network design issues. So what are the different types of network design issues? First one is a network access control. So how to access the network? What type of network we have to access them? What type of access rights or access controls are given for the networks? Then second one is controlling network access. So we have to control firewalls, then your NAT and your virtual private network address translation and your virtual private networks. Then group communication, so transmission to multiple receivers. This is again a challenge. So we have to do the transmission multiple receivers. So everyone should receive the. Then interneting heterogeneous network. So different types of networks. How to connect or interlink all the different types of heterogeneous networks. Then separating management and control from the uses. Then ubiquitous versus localized access. Global use, so low cost access networks for the rural use. Then what is network access control? First one, different networks uses a range of access control techniques to handle network resource allocation problems and to allow multiple users to access networks media that has a limited capacity. GSM is designed to use time division multiple access TDMA to share against amongst multiple users. In TDMA, several users can split their transmission time into the slot per channel. Wireless networks such as 3G are designed to use much more efficient multi-access methods such as a wideband code division multiple access that can support higher bandwidth. Then WLAN supports sharing frequency between many active users. Many simultaneous users may cause packet collision and waste channel bandwidth. So the packet collision should be avoided. Therefore, WLAN typically uses the multiple access with collision avoidance types of transmission protocol. Another option is used to carrier sense multiple access with collision detection, that is CDMA network control protocol, in which carrier sensing scheme is used. Here, if the sender detects another signal while transmitting data, it stops transmitting its data. Transmitter jams signal 24 and then waits for random time interval before trying to send its data again. Then ubiquitous versus localized access. Network may also be designed to support only the local access by the organization, to serve only particular population of users and applications and not to access remotely access across the wide area. Some services that only serves the local area, example local restaurant that only serves customer that visit it, may advertise only the local customer. Services can be restricted to local access because they are only available on wired local networks that are suitable or suited in the buildings, or because they are offered on wireless local area networks and because they need to be kept internal by the organization. Local services can also be designed to have access control to enable them to access remotely and securely by the closed groups of users operating as a virtual private networks. For networks to support ubiquitous access, it seems locally used wide area networks, even if this is actually constructed out of the large number of distinct networks that are inter-network. There are at least three major types of wireless LAN. They are WAN, the wired and wireless based internet, wireless satellite networks, and the wired and wireless telephone networks. These use different protocols and manage internet with networking differently. Controlling network access. So how to control different types of firewalls, NAT, and VPNs. The firewall is a router or the special purpose computer that monitors all packet entering and leaving networks and filtering packets. Firewall can be designed according to which level of network they work, packet level or application level firewall. Packet level firewall examines and filters data packets according to IP and transport their address. Application level firewalls requires users to log on into the firewall computer before they can access any other network element. Then NAT, network address translation, is a computer that acts as a proxy to translate IP addresses inside a network, keeping them private to other IP addresses that are visible outside the network. VPN initially allows users to establish the low layer virtual channels or virtual circuit for exchanging data packet, but hidden from high level application. This is called as a tunneling. Multiple heterogeneous application may use same tunnel. These lower layer packets are said to tunnel through or to the overlay the public networks. Packets are usually encrypted when they are tunneled or to prevent the contents from being intercepted and examined by the unauthorized user. Then, usually, users normally authenticate themselves at VPN client or access devices in order to gain access to the remote user via the VPN tunnel. There are several types of VPN tunnels used depending on the types of network layer packets that are tunneled through, and the types of encryption used and the types of access controls to the VPN used. So these are some problems in your networking.